Great morning. Great morning, great morning, great morning. Come on in, you guys. Come on in. Come on in. While you guys are coming in, I'm going to go ahead and share. Come on in. Great morning, April. Wow, you all up in the air, girl. I love it. I love it. I love it. I love it. Go ahead, share. Let me know when you've shared. Where everybody at, April? You the only one up? Let me see. Thank you, Boo, for sharing. All right, all right. I know, girl. April, it's just me and you. What in the world is going on? Listen, we said that at the same time, just me and you. Well, maybe this word is just for us, girl. Maybe this word is just for us, honey. Let me make sure it's showing up to other people. Are we the only ones that can see it? No, it's public. Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. Girl, I'm like, what in the world is going on? It's on the other page too, girl. Listen, April, well, if it ain't nobody but me and you, honey, we getting ready to get this word right here, okay? So, well, before we do that, let me go ahead and take my stuff. Let me take my stuff. Great morning. Someone joined us, April. Oh my goodness. Let us know who's here and where you're tuning in from, and make sure you share. All right. So this morning, right. So this morning, I woke up. Girl, let me tell you about, girl. Let me tell you. I woke up, had several dreams, and I was thinking about, my grandkids, their mothers. I was thinking about when I was a mother of small children, right? And I was thinking about just how overwhelming it could get. And then I began to think about my journey with God and how overwhelming that too could get. And as I was thinking about it, I realized that so many times on our journeys, help is available, but we don't even know like how to tap into it or when to tap into it because we don't want to bother people. We don't want to be a burden. We don't want anyone to think that, we can't handle it. I'm just gonna talk about me. Can I just talk about me? I'm just gonna talk about me. So for me, I remember needing help and feeling like everybody's got their own stuff. Everybody's got their own stuff that they're dealing with. I don't want to interfere. I don't want to be in the way. All the things that we say in our head about why we don't ask for help, right? So I was thinking about that. And do you know what I realized? I realized that thought process is actually our saboteurs. Hey, Summerlin, welcome. That thought process is actually our saboteurs. It is our saboteurs that keep us from seeking help. It's our saboteurs that keep us from acknowledging that we need help. And it also is our saboteurs when we have had negative experiences in the past when we did ask for help. Holding on to that will prevent us from asking for help in the future. I just came to tell you that help is available. You don't have to go through this life feeling like you've got to be able to do everything by yourself, that you got to be able to figure everything out by yourself, that you got to be able to walk this journey out alone, because you don't. Literally, help is available. Now, it may not come from the place that you think it's going to come from. It may not come from the people that it normally comes from, but it does not mean that help is not available. It simply means that you're looking in the wrong places. And I know that's a lot, right? Because, we have relationships with people, and based on our relationships with people, we determine whether or not this is someone who can or will help us. I just came to tell you that help is available. Hey, Michelle, great morning. Now, but this is the challenge. Can I be honest with you about my challenge when it comes to help? I have some challenges when it comes to tapping into help, right? I'm grateful for my husband because my husband is a helper. Oh, he's going to help. And he helps everybody, okay? And it can be a lot, and it can be overwhelming. And for me, I'm talking about for me, the pleaser in me is good with helping, not as good with being helped. Okay? Hey, Mike, the pleaser in me, the pleaser wants to help. The pleaser wants to help and encourage people and lift them up. But the pleaser struggles sometimes to receive help, particularly from people that they didn't help. And expect help from those that they did help, but when those that they help don't help them back, get an attitude, or those that they help, they don't feel like they appreciated it, they get an attitude. Listen, can I share something with you? Your help is not going to always come from where it goes. Your help is not going to always come from where it goes. Where you help is not necessarily where you're going to receive help. And help may not come in the form that you desire in that moment, right? Sometimes you feel like you need some money, right? So the help that you want is money, but the help that you get may be a way to get money. You understand what I'm saying? So we will often feel like, oh, you don't want to help me. No, the help I'm providing is not in the form that you desire. See, look, the apostles were walking through the street, and somebody said, help me. They were calling for alms, okay, money. And hold on. Peter said, silver and gold have I none, but such as I have, give I thee. So I'm going to give you what I have. I don't have silver and gold, but I'm going to give you what I have. In the name of Jesus Christ of Nazareth, rise up and walk. Now listen, the man didn't ask to walk. That wasn't the question. He didn't say, can you help me walk? That's not what he said. That's not what he said. He didn't say that. The man in Acts chapter 3, hold on. Let me get there. Okay. So this is what the text says. I'm going to start at the beginning of chapter 3. I'm going to be reading from, hold on, the Amplified Version. It says, now Peter and John were going up to the temple at the hour of prayer, the 9th hour, 3 p.m. And a man who had been unable to walk from birth was being carried along, whom they used to set down every day at the gate of the temple, which is called Beautiful, so that he could beg alms. Y'all know what that is. You know, when people have the little cans out or the containers out and they ask for the money. So that he could beg alms from those entering the temple. So when he saw Peter and John about to go into the temple, he began asking them for coins. But Peter, along with John, stared at him intently and said, look at us. And the man began to pay attention to them. See, many times people don't pay attention to who they're asking for alms, right? They don't see them, right? And the man began to pay attention to them, eagerly expecting to receive something from them. But Peter said, silver and gold I do not have, but what I do have, I give to you. In the name, authority, and power of Jesus Christ the Nazarene, begin now to walk and go on walking. Then he seized the man's right hand with a firm grip and raised him up. And at once his feet and ankles became strong and steady. And with a leap, he stood up and began to walk. And he went into the temple with them, walking and leaping and praising God. All the people saw him walking and praising God, and they recognized him as the very man who usually sat begging for coins at the beautiful gate of the temple. And they were filled with wonder and amazement and were mystified at what had happened to him. Look, sometimes the help that we need doesn't come in the form that we desire or that we're expecting, because somebody else needs to see the miracle that God performed. Somebody needs to see that it needs to be miraculous. Easily, if they had some coins, they could have dropped them in there. But guess what? The man would have still been laying there begging for alms, waiting for someone to give him some coins, instead of receiving the very thing that transformed his entire life, and that was the ability to walk. Now, remember, this man has never walked. Like, he had been lame from his birth. He's never walked. And all of a sudden, he encounters these two men, and he's begging for some. All he wants is some help. He had his cup. He said, alms for the sick and the lame and the poor. That's all he asked for that day. He was laid at the temple, just like every other day, expecting to just get a few alms from some people who felt sorry for them as they went into the temple. Instead, what he got was the help that he really needed. Sometimes we don't know what help we need. My God, today, we don't even know. Have you ever been in a place where you couldn't even begin to describe to people what you needed? And you just needed someone to anticipate your need and tell you, look, well, this is what I'm going to do. And it was exactly what you needed, but you couldn't even begin to see what you needed. Let me tell y'all something. Help is available. It may not come from the people that you think it's going to come from. It may not come the way that you think it's going to come or supposed to come. But baby, help is available if we will begin to pay attention. See, nothing changed with the man until he began to pay attention. The text says, and I didn't come on here to preach today, but the text says that he began to pay attention to them. They said, look upon us. Look at us. Look at us. Because he wasn't even looking. He just was So when they said, look at us, he looked and he began to really see them. And then he expected something from them. Because anytime somebody takes the time to tell you, look upon us, look at us, they finna do something. Let me see what they finna do. Because it seems like they finna do something big because they done told me to pay attention to them. And you really begin to pay attention. And you'll discover that what you need is available. What you need is available. There for you. And all you have to do is ask and receive. Help is available. I can remember times in my life journey where I needed help. I needed help. I was totally overwhelmed by everything going on in my life, and I needed help. I didn't even know what I needed, but I knew I needed something because what I was doing was not working. I was overwhelmed. I was frustrated. I was tired. I was looking at my situation and I was like, I don't even know where to begin with this. I don't even know if it's possible for this situation to change. I don't even know anymore because it looks overwhelming. It looks like so much. It's all entangled and I can't begin to even figure out what it is that I need. I can't even tell nobody how they can help me. I can't even begin to articulate what is going on or what I'm feeling, or the level of overwhelm is so overwhelming that I'm overwhelmed thinking about the overwhelmed, just overwhelmed. Sometimes it's like that. Sometimes it's like that. You can't articulate the overwhelm. You can't articulate what you need, but you know you need something. That man that day was sitting there thinking he needed money. But what he really needed was to be able to walk and continue to walk. Not walk one time, but to walk and continue to walk. Something he had never done before. And yet, his whole life changed with a single encounter. He was minding his own business, just doing what he normally does, sitting at the gate. They had just dropped him off at the gate again for another day of begging. Alms for the poor. Alms, anyone? Alms for the poor. You don't even look at people because you're so used to people just walking by you. You don't even look at them. Just alms for the poor. Alms for the poor. And when people drop it in, thank you, bless you, bless you, bless you, bless you. But this particular day, he encountered two that changed his life forever. Changed his life forever. So he went from not walking to leaping up. Leaping. I'm talking about a leap is a jump, baby. He was jumping. If it was a movie, it would have been called Lame Men Can't Jump. But he did. Lame men can't jump, but he did. He had an encounter that allowed him to do something that he had never done before, and his entire life changed. And he no longer had to beg for alms because he could go get his own resources. My God, today. I don't know who this is for, but let me just tell you, help is available. You may have to expand your reach. You may have to expand your openness, but help is available. You don't know how to do it. You don't know what to do. You don't know, but I'm telling you, help is available. Now, for some of you, you're the helper, right? You want to help everybody. You're willing to help. You're open to help. But you're not quite sure how everything is going to go. And what I would say to you is this. You can't help everyone. So choose where you help accordingly. And not only that, allow God to direct your helping. When we allow God to help our helping, then we position ourselves to be led spiritually and not from the flesh or of the flesh. In the flesh, we'll convince ourselves that, we need to do all these things. But the problem is, did God say that? Did God say that? Or was that you? Did God say do it? Or is that you? What did God say? I'm always teasing my girl Stacy, because Stacy will always, I don't care what we're talking about, she's going to ask the question, what did God say? She's going to ask the question, what did God say? She's going to ask the question, what did God say? Not only is she going to ask the question, what did God say? She's going to ask, did you pray about it? Now, we tease her about it all the time because we know what she's going to say, right? But in all actuality, that's the $1 million question. What did God say? What did God say about it? What did God say in this situation? What did God say? And if God said something, okay, if God said something, why are you even continuing with this conversation? Because God has already spoken on it. I don't know about you, but I know this for me. The voice of God has to be the overriding voice in my life. It has to be the voice that I heed, the voice that directs me. Whatever plans I make, his voice overrides my plans. Whatever I desire, his voice overrides what I desire. Like, what is it that you want me to do, God? Where do you need me to be, God? What do you want me to say, God? Who do you want me to help, God? We want to help everybody. And sometimes, listen, y'all, listen, we need to break this today. Break it. Sometimes we help out of a feeling of obligation, which is more likely to lead to resentment. I feel obligated to help you. I feel like I can't say no. Listen, we need to normalize the use of the word no. We need to go back to 2-year-old you. At 2, they don't have a problem saying no. No, 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 no. Some of you need to practice that. Just stand in the mirror and say no, 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 no. Some of you need to become Bishop Bullwinkle and say, hell no. Hell to the no, no, no. You need to normalize the use of no. Peter and John could have gone and gotten some money, but they said, listen, we don't have that, but what we have, we give to you. Arise and walk. And that man's life was changed forever. And on a day, an ordinary day, a regular day like any other day, where he would sit and beg and say, alms for the poor, alms for the poor. He didn't get alms. Just at the beginning of the day. He just getting started. He didn't get alms. Instead, he got the ability to produce in his own life. This is the prophetic drive-by, and depending on the day and time, I will give individual prophetic words, but my prayer and why I don't do it every day is I want to give you something that's greater than a single prophetic word. I want to give you the ability to recognize the voice of God for yourself. Because if you recognize the voice of God for yourself, then when someone says something that is counter to what God has said for you, you will recognize that too. I'm not saying that prophets don't have a role. We absolutely do. But sometimes what you need is not a prophetic word. You need to get up. You need to know how to get up. You need to know how to navigate. You need to know how. So my goal is to give you something that'll last longer than that prophetic word. My goal is to give you something that you will be able to use, that you will be able to have to sustain you beyond the moment. It's like when you eat. When you eat for a moment, and when you use the bathroom, what you ate is gone. No, that's not what I want. I want you to have something that's going to sustain you. Yes, baby. Oh, they didn't have it. It's okay. I want you to have something that's going to allow you to navigate what God has called you to do. Hey, sis. Y'all, that's my beautiful sister. Go follow her. Facebook, Instagram. Go follow her. Sis, drop your handle. This is my brother Craig's wife. My sister, she is so beautiful, anointed, the realtor extraordinaire. My brothers help me. That's good. And they have a show coming up. They're going to be talking about the whole issue of marrying a blue-collar man. People talking about, I can't marry a blue-collar man. My brother is blue-collar. My brother blue-collar, but my brother is blue-collar fine, blue-collar boss. My brother is blue-collar, take care of his family and his daughters and love his wife. All right. So go follow them at Living with the Wiggins. Living with the Wiggins. They're going to be talking about their journey. They're going to be talking about their journey, and it is a journey. You don't want to miss it. Sis. Yes, girl. Yes, yes. That's why, listen, I said, God is good. God is good, because let me tell you something. I have been blessed to have some of the finest men in my family. My daddy and my brothers are fine. This is just a blessing. I'll be like, yep, that's my brother. Not only are they fine, but they are producers. See, listen, let me tell y'all something, ladies. Let me tell y'all something. Y'all can get caught up in the whole what a man do thing. How much money he got at the moment in his pocket. what his credit score is right now, where he lives right now. But I'm telling you something, baby, when you get some vision, and I'm not saying this is go pick him up from the gutter, clean him up. I'm not saying that. But I'm going to tell you something, how we will sometimes miss the voice of God because we're concerned about perception and appearances. So what I know is this. This is what I know. When you listen to a man, you need to hear vision in his voice. More than money in a bank account, you need to hear vision in his voice. If a man does not have vision, it doesn't matter what he has in his bank account when that's gone. Like if he loses it suddenly, oh, you can be messed up because he don't know and don't have a vision to be able to gain, to acquire, to produce, right? He know how to pick up a check, get a check. He know how to get a check, but he don't know how to produce. Look, this may not be for everybody, but I'm going to tell you what I needed, okay? Yes, I want a man who will take care of me. Absolutely. I'm not saying that I'm not going to do anything. I'm going to work because it's who I am, but I want a man who's going to take care of me. I want a man who's going to do that, right? And I want a man who can do stuff. Like if I say I want or I need, he's going to produce that. Now, whether he produces it by going and get it from the store, that's good. You know, I can work with that. But it's something about when a man will build a thing for you. Let me tell y'all something. When a man is a producer, when a man has creative capabilities, when a man has vision, sometimes all that man is missing is the right woman to come alongside of him to push and produce that vision. You know, Miles Monroe said this. He said that you give a woman a seed and she produces a baby. You give her a house and she produces a home, right? Whatever you give a woman, that woman, the right woman, your helpmeet will magnify it and multiply it. Sometimes, men, you just got the wrong woman. You wonder why your money seems like it just flowed through the holes. It's because you with the wrong woman. When you're with the right woman, even before she becomes your wife, she helps you to produce. She gives you a drive. You're like, oh, I got to get this together because I need to do this for my baby. Angel number 122. My husband, when we were getting ready to get married, this man had not been saving for a wedding. He didn't know that he was getting ready to get married. He knew he wanted to be married, but I don't think he had a whole lot of money set aside for a ring. But that man produced, baby. Do you hear me? He produced. He produced a ring that was what I desired, and I wouldn't even let me tell him what I wanted. I couldn't tell him nothing. He said, you're not going to tell me what ring to get you. That's what you're not going to do. I said, excuse me. I know what I want you to have. Okay. I just know what you want me to have and what I want. I'm the same thing. Listen, if I were to pick a ring, because I don't like traditional, I would have picked something like this. In fact, I had something like this on my little types of rings. Teardrop. So when my sister met my brother, I ain't gonna tell that story. Y'all gotta watch the show. Y'all gotta watch the show. Keisha, let them know when you're gonna go live. Listen, y'all gotta watch them. Okay. First of all, I don't know if I should say this or not, but I feel like my brother and I are twins. I feel like we're twins, okay? Like, and we're both just like daddy, okay? We are our daddy's child. We definitely are his children. 8 p.m. Sunday, they're going to go live together and talk about their journey, their life, the things that they're doing. Y'all, when I tell you they inspire me, and this is my younger brother, okay? They inspire me, though. The way they do life, they got these amazing girls. They got a family full of girls, honey. I told my brother, I know you was a hoe. Oh, you was a hoe for real. And he was like, sis, I was. I said, I know, because you got all them girls. That be your karma coming back. When men have all them girls, oh, you was in them streets, bro. You was in them streets. But the beautiful thing is this. I'm going to leave this up here. The beautiful thing is this. Everything he needed to get out of his system, he got out of his system before God gave him the one that he needed. Everything that he needed to get out of his system, he got out of his system before he got the one that he needed, the one that God prepared for him. The same thing is true of my daddy. My daddy was for the streets. He was. Married or single. My daddy was for the streets. He had options. He had options. Listen. I was for the streets. I had options. I had options. So everything that I wanted to do, I've done. You understand? See, that's why I can be settled in my marriage. I don't have to wonder. I don't have to say, well, I wish I'd done this, or I wonder what this is like. Anything I wanted to do just about, I did. Look, I'm telling you, we're canceling out people with the past because of their past, but sometimes it's their past that makes them who you need. And I'm gonna say this, and I'm gonna try not, but I feel it. Babe, if you could bring me some Kleenex or some paper towels, that would be amazing. In my journey of finding my family, in my journey of connecting with my family, my brother Craig has been so consistent. And I love him because he stays in the positive. So when I tell y'all, we're like twins, we're like twins. Thank you, babe. He stays in the positive. He stays in the positive. Angel number 144. He stays in the positive. I love that about him. It doesn't matter what's happening. He stays in the positive. He's been so determined to do the work on him, to become the best version of him. And he has accepted me with open arms from day one. Yeah. Oh, yeah. Yeah. That's yours right there. You can't deny that. That's yours right there. He's been consistent. He calls me regularly. He does better at calling than I do. He's very consistent about calling and checking on those he loves. He's very consistent about that. He's very consistent about the things that he wants for his daughters. He's very consistent about that. He's very consistent about building a legacy and an empire. He's very consistent about that. We be on that legacy thing. We be on that. He's willing to do the work required to get it. He's very consistent about creating the life that Keisha wants and desires. He's very consistent. She wants to do, okay, baby, okay, let's do it. Let's go. Very consistent. Very consistent. And what I love about Keisha is this, that she knows how to help him get to where he's going. She has vision for the family. Listen, get vision for your life and for your family. Get vision. Because if you get vision, then it can all manifest. I need you to stay tuned because you're going to see them on television. You're going to. Like, you have to. They're a whole reality show. Like a whole reality show for real, for real. I know y'all be telling me my life is like a reality show. Their life is like a reality show too. Listen, you're going to see them on television. You're going to hear their story. You're going to see their story because, listen, they look like television. And I remember when everything was going on, there were so many dynamics going on, and I hadn't talked to Keisha. I hadn't talked to my brother's spouses, and I wanted to build relationships with my sister-in-laws, right? I didn't want it to just be about me and my brothers. Like, I wanted to build family. I'm big on family. I wanted to be family, right? And I remember I sent Keisha a friend request, and she didn't respond on Facebook, right? And I was feeling the way. And I said, Craig, why Keisha won't accept my friend request? Like, is something wrong? Did I do something? He was like, I don't know. Keisha just is Keisha. She don't like getting in drama. And we had some drama. Not Craig and I, but just as a family, there were dynamics that were going on with my presence, me showing up, right? And I was just feeling the way. And I was like, well, Craig, this is how I'm feeling. He said, I don't know, sis. And then Keisha got on Facebook and she was on more. Let me tell you something. When I went to the house and I met Keisha, it was like we'd known each other forever. And look, she don't deal with fake and I don't deal with fake. We're not finna, neither one of us are finna do that, right? It's gonna be real. So when I say this with sincerity, right? Because I remember Dad and Mama Wanda was talking about Keisha. Keisha's this, Keisha. I said, I don't know. Jury's still out for me. I don't know. Jury's still out. I don't know. So she said, I wasn't ignoring you, sis. I just don't be on Facebook. And that was the truth. So listen, let me tell you. So when I went to the house and we got a chance to spend some time together and talk, listen, I absolutely fell in love with her. That is my sister for real. She's not my sister-in-law. She's not my sister-in-love. That is my sister, right? And this is why I'm telling y'all this story, because I need you to understand. It takes a special type of woman to be married to my brother, right? This man came with daughters and baby mamas, right? More than one, right? Came with daughters and baby mamas. Came with history, He came with that. Thank you, sis. I love you too. He came with it, but he also came with vision. And he was in a rebuild. When she met him, he was in a rebuild. This wasn't when, he had, really gotten everything going the way he wanted to. No, he was in a rebuild. Baby, she messed up. She let him in the house to fix something. One thing about them Wiggins. That magnetism, baby, unmatched. He got in the house. He fixed what he needed to fix. And he was determined he was going to take her out. He was going to take her out. He was going to date her. I'm dating you. No, you finna be mine, okay? And that's what he did. Look, not only that, y'all, like they flip houses like people change clothes. I'm like, y'all better. And they see the vision. See, when you can look at something that's nothing, when you can look at something that's not in the prime state, when you can look at something that's not already like this amazing thing, and then be able to see beyond that, and then create what you see, that's a gift from God. My sister has a gift from God and my brother. And he fine. My brother has a gift from God and my sister. And she's gorgeous. Look, they look like they're supposed to be on a magazine cover. They look like they're supposed to be at the beginning of a television show. They look like it. Their whole family looks like it. Have you ever seen those people where they just look like they somebody? You don't know who they are, but they look like they're somebody. It's because they are. See, you can look at yourself and see yourself where you are. That was the man sitting at the gate called Beautiful. Angel number 144. I'm going to have to talk about it. He was used to being sitting right there. People were used to seeing him right there, right? They couldn't see beyond their natural sight. But when Peter and John looked at him, they saw more. They saw more. They saw what could be. And said, silver and gold have I none, but that which I have I give to you. Arise and walk. And someone who had never walked before got up and walked. Do you understand? He leaped up and walked. Baby, look, the best thing that you can do in your life is hear God concerning your life. Hear God concerning your mate. Hear God concerning your destiny. And connect with those who can see what you see. My brother can talk to me about anything because he know I see what he sees. I'm not going to say, oh, you going to do it? Why are you trying to do that? You doing too much. I'm going to say, bro, do that and add this to it. That's what I'm going to say. I'm going to push it beyond. I'm going to say, brother, you got this. Listen, my brother is a multi-million-dollar philanthropist. I see it. I see it. I see him changing lives. I see them building legacy. I see him and Keisha being that power couple. I see it. I see it. I see it. Before anything ever manifests in the natural, I already see what God has said. And check this out. Check this out. I'm going to put the time back up there, Keisha. Sunday at 8 p.m. Definitely on Instagram. Definitely on Instagram. I'm trying to get them to use Facebook too, y'all, and YouTube. I'm trying, but we're going to see what happens. But definitely on Instagram on Sunday at 8 p.m. at Living with the Wiggins. Okay? Keisha, can you put all of that in one comment so that I can post it? Okay? At Living with the Wiggins, 8 p.m. Sunday, right? So, Keisha, I've never given you a prophetic word, but today I'm going to give you this word, and I pray that you receive it, because I'm going to tell you what God has been speaking to me about you for a while now. So check this out. Not only are y'all going to be on TV, listen, not only are y'all going to be on TV, but there are some other things that you're going to be doing in the media realm. Some other things that you're going to be doing in the media realm. Listen, I'm telling you, you guys will have celebrity status. There are doors that God is opening up for you. So every connection that you have and you've had is designed to position you for what God desires to do in your life. There is a legacy that you all are building, and it will come forth. It shall come forth. Listen, you know how they have... Yes, at Living with the Wiggins, Sunday at 8 p.m. What God is getting ready to do with you all is going to break generational curses and give people strategies. I also see you all creating opportunities for ordinary people to begin to get into real estate. I see you all moving mountains, right? Moving mountains. Now, I already know my brother's heart, so I'm not really going to speak on that a lot because that don't seem prophetic, right? Because I know his heart. But what I'm going to tell you is this. You're going to be doing, I see you doing classes, Keisha. I see you doing classes, teaching people how to get into the real estate game where they are. I see you, my God. I see your own real estate office, but I also see you as a mortgage broker. I see you having a one-stop shop where you guys sell real estate, provide mortgages, and do construction and reconstruction. Y'all are going to be everything. Like, y'all are going to have everything. So as you are building, my prayer for you is that you will put the mechanisms in place and get the things that you need for you all to be able to do everything. Not that you guys are personally going to be doing it, but you're going to create the whole framework of the one-stop shop so that you all can provide everything that someone needs in getting a home, renovating a home, new construction. I see all of that. I see all of that in one spot. Y'all gonna get money in multiple ways. Y'all are gonna get money from multiple streams. Y'all are gonna get money, anything that you need when it comes to real estate. I see y'all getting money off of it. Y'all gonna get pieces of it, pieces of it, pieces of it. Y'all gonna get a piece of all of it. Y'all gonna get a piece of all of it. That company right there, that one, that one, that one. Yes, sis, that one. That's what y'all are. That one. Because listen, let me tell you something. It's no accident that my brother has the charisma that he has, and you have the charisma that you have. Listen, Your social media savvy and your ability to be relatable is what has opened this door for the conversation that you guys are going to have. And I'm excited for that conversation because I think it's going to blow a lot of people's minds as you do it. But even beyond that, God is going to bless you all for sharing your story. He's going to bless you all for sharing your story. And I need you to get ready to write your book because there's a book in you. God is just getting ready to do a lot for y'all. God is getting ready to do a lot for y'all. Listen, make sure tomorrow night at 8 p.m. you tune into at Living with the Wiggins. At Living with the Wiggins, definitely on Instagram. And you can follow her on Facebook, Lakeisha Wiggins. Stay tuned because you're going to hear a lot from them. And look, yes, my brother's fine. And yes, he is very happily married. And I love that I can say that. I love that I can say that with all assurance, right? With all assurance, right? And I'm excited about what God is doing. You all, help is available. I don't care what it is that you're doing. Help is available. God has sent you help. God wants you to have help. And God will help you how you need to be helped. Not necessarily how you want to be helped. Look, understand this. Anything that God is calling for you to do, anything that God is calling for you to do, He's going to provide what you need to do it. And you can rest in that assurance. You don't have to wonder. You don't have to guess. You don't have to speculate. You can rest in that assurance. Know that it is already so. Know that it is already done. Women, look for a man with vision. When you're talking to these men, I know you ask all these questions, but ask, what is your vision for your life? What is your destiny? Where do you see yourself being? I'm not talking about their 3-year, 5-year, 10-year plan, but like, where are you headed? Where are you going? For he who lacks vision cannot lead. The word of God says this, that my people perish for a lack of knowledge. Baby, you better get vision for your life and get that vision from God, right? You need to be with someone with vision for their life. And then you got to collectively see the vision for your lives as a couple. God puts pieces together for a reason so that they can be jointly fit together. Even in friendships, jointly fit together. All I know is this. Listen, God blessed me with a man who has vision. And if you have vision, you don't have to know how you're getting there. You just got to have the vision, and God will begin to bring the pieces of the puzzle together. So let me look at angel number 144 because it kept coming up. And see what that says. Anytime a number keeps coming up, there's something that God is trying to communicate. Angel number 144 is a symbol of spiritual protection. You have a solid foundation and are being guided by your spirit guides to the right path. Remember to think positive thoughts because you are protected by this angelic number. It suggests that we learn to go with the ups and downs of life, the beginnings and the endings, by identifying the fundamental string that runs through it all and gives our lives meaning. Baby, nothing can stop you from striving forward if you do hard work and put effort. It's an indication that peace will surround you. You shall seek solace in everything you do, and the guardian angel will help you stay focused on your goals. Avoid the negative sources of energy, and you shall find your happy place. Do not let others spoil your journey. It asks you to expand into new horizons. Do something different. Come on, y'all. Listen, let me tell y'all something. One thing I know is that when God gives you a thing to do, do that. And he's talking to me right now. He's talking to me because there's something that he told me to do that now I don't want to do. Now I don't want to do it. Like, for real, I didn't want to do it anyway, but now I really don't want to do it. He's like, oh no, you're gonna do this. You're gonna do what I said. Okay, God. Okay, God. Look, God tells you to do it. There's always a reason. You may not understand the reason, but he knows the reason. Okay? My sister Keisha didn't know why she needed to have that man come fix that stuff. Listen, that's because once my brother got in the door and fixed what he needed to fix, the fight was fixed. It was fixed. He wanted her, he was gonna have her. Okay. Oh no. Oh, she was gonna be mine. That's my brother. Does that sound like anybody? Does it sound like anybody y'all know? Listen. Don't miss the blessing that God is trying to give you, trying to find something that you think is perfect when God knows exactly what you need and how you need it, right? He knows exactly what you need. He knows everything about you. So he's not going to give you someone who's just like you. He's going to give you someone that you have enough similarities with that you all can come together, but enough differences that they can fill the voids that you have. Yes, the fight was fixed. Yes, yes. Yeah, well, Georgia, you're doing that. Listen, and you will be the mayor, the honorary mayor of Brandon. You're going to do that. That's going to happen. That's going to happen. That's going to happen. Let me say this. I'm going to say this, okay? I'm going to say this. Expand the ways that people can give and support. Expand the ways. Expand the ways that people can give and support, and watch what God does. Watch what God, I love the gala, but expand the ways that people can give and support, and watch what God does. You all, what I know is that God has a plan for us, and that plan is going to require us to need help. Why? Because interdependence is important. Life is about connection, and we're all connected. All of us are connected. Don't miss out on the blessing of connection, because your pride won't allow you to get help, to ask for help, to acknowledge that you need help, right? And even if it comes in a way that's not the way that you wanted, it's not the way that you had planned on, still receive it, because you don't know what God is doing. For those of you who are joining for the first time, or you haven't been on in a while, baby, let me tell y'all what's going on. My daddy's book. You can now pre-order your copy of my daddy's book, The Silent Cry, an Oscar-worthy performance in my own personal nightmare. Listen, when I tell you that the apple don't fall far from the tree, it doesn't. And the same kind of vision and belief and faith and fortitude that we got that from our daddy. Like, that's our daddy all day long, right? There's a reason. There's a reason, because we have a role to play that's bigger than just our little local area, okay? And we're equipped for it, angel number 166. Listen, pre-order my daddy's book, The Silent Cry, bit.ly/Silent Cry pre-order. Now, I don't know why, but Apple Pay is not working, and I don't know. So some of the stuff is not working, but let me tell you this. If you get a message about the shipping, I don't know what that is. I got to try to figure that out today, but we will be able to ship everywhere. I know if you pay with your card, it will go through, right? I know if you do Afterpay, it will go through. You can actually use Afterpay to purchase the book. That'll be $5 every 2 weeks for 8 weeks. You're going to make 4 payments. Right, that is 4 days in a row. Right, right. Thank you so much, Georgie, for putting that in the comments. You can go and click that link. bit.ly/Silent Cry pre-order. Y'all, listen. The other day I was going to give a taste of the book and I could not find it. I was like, oh my God, I can't believe I can't find it. But baby, today y'all going to get a taste. So y'all ready? Y'all want a taste? I'm going to give y'all a taste of the introduction. Just the introduction. I want y'all to know this thing is real. Hold on. Let me pull it up. And why is it asking me for my password today? Oh my goodness. Because it want to be difficult. Oh, because I haven't been on this device. Okay, here we go. Hold on. I'm gonna let y'all get a taste. And y'all tell me what y'all think, honestly. Okay. All right. Turn it. Okay. Y'all ready? Hey, Jason. If y'all ready, say ready while I get there. And remember, this is just the introduction. So I just want to give you a taste of it. Over the years, I've gathered my thoughts and tried to put them on paper. My greatest challenge has been that my thoughts often ran in loops and repeated themselves over and over again. It seemed as though I would never get them to come together to tell the story the way I wanted to tell it. Well, now you are reading the culmination of those thoughts with an added level of clarity. This book would have been very different 2 years ago. I would not have been able to give it the conclusion that it has now. I wouldn't have been able to take responsibility for me, my choices, and my actions the way I can today. Oh, Lord, come on. Okay. Oh, Lord, y'all. Ooh, the devil don't want y'all to hear, honey. What? What just happened? Okay, here we go. I wouldn't have been able to take responsibility for me, my choices, and my actions the way I can today. Growth not only changes you, but it also changes how you see the world and those around you, as well as your past, your present, and your future. So let me make it perfectly clear to you now that I am assuming full responsibility for me. I release every person in this story from blame, guilt, and weight. It is not my desire nor my intention to make anyone look or feel away, although that is inevitable. Instead, it is my desire to share my story from my perspective with the added benefit of time, growth, and revelation. As you are taking this journey with me, I need you to know that it will be a journey. On this journey, you will laugh and you will cry. You will be happy and you will be sad. You will probably experience a wide range of emotions during this journey, but stay with it because I promise you that it will be well worth the journey. You will learn about my childhood and my complicated relationship with my parents. We will go into my youth and my decision to enter the military. You will journey with me through the Vietnam War, which changed my life, but also so many other people's lives. We will come back from the war and address the challenges faced as we return to a country that didn't love or respect us, even though we put our lives on the line for it. We will examine my relationship and my family life, including my relationships with my children and their mothers. We will tackle mental health and issues as we deal with my own mental health issues and PTSD and depression, as well as its impact on those who I love and loved. And just when you may have given up on me, we will discuss how God saved me from myself and my own mind. You see, this story is a story of salvation and redemption. So we will not stop with the problems, challenges, and issues. We will see the hand of God on my life and my journey. We will see God's providence and his restoration. We will see his glory in a messed up situation in life, because that's who gets the glory for how this story unfolded. Please don't stop before you get to the end, because you will miss some valuable lessons and insight. Please don't write off anyone in this story because God didn't write me off. Please stay with me and see if any of what I share can help you or those you love with navigating your own story, because we all have one. Thank you for taking the journey with me. I pray that as you read each chapter, that there would be something that blesses you and you can use in your own personal life. It's time. So let's take this journey. What y'all think? Would y'all want to read that? Y'all want to know what's next? Amen, Jason. Happy birthday, by the way. Yes, yes, yes. Y'all said ready, 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 ready. Okay. Charlotte talking about buying it today. I'm in. Keisha said, good stuff. So y'all listen. Don't tell my daddy. But I'm going to share chapter 1 with you. Y'all want me to share chapter 1? Y'all. Oh, it's good. Chapter 1. Mama left, but I got it. We stood on the side of the road with a quarter in each of our hands, watching as Mama rode off to a new life. The 8-year-old me was already trying to figure out how the whole situation was going to work. I knew that Daddy would be furious and there would be fireworks, but I also knew that Mama had to leave. I wasn't clueless to the pain that she experienced regularly. I often heard and saw Daddy beat her. I remember thinking, why would Daddy hit her? She's so beautiful. And there was the answer inside of the question. Her beauty was so great that Daddy was afraid that someone else was looking at her. He was afraid that someone would do to Mama what he was doing to other people's wives and girlfriends. You see, my daddy was a ladies' man. He was always dressed to the nines and looked like $1 million. People knew my daddy. He was the man that every man wanted to be and every woman wanted to be with. He had a good job at the bank and he had property. He knew the value of $1 and wasn't afraid to work for one. He was a rare breed and he knew it. My daddy knew that the women were looking at him and wanted him, so he took full advantage of that. But he also knew that he had a beautiful woman for a wife. My mama had beautiful, flawless skin. Her skin was so smooth and soft that you just wanted to touch it. To this day, I remember the feel of her skin under the touch of my fingers. Not only was she beautiful with flawless skin, but my mama had a bad shape. She looked like those women in the movies. And just like people saw my daddy and looked at him, they looked at mama. She just had a way about her that was magnetic and drew people into her world. As a grown man, I now realize the problem with all of that during a time when women had little to no rights. My daddy had the money and the name, but he couldn't stop mama's beauty from shining through. She was my sweetie, and I loved her with everything in me. Daddy couldn't stop the world from seeing her, so he tried to stop her from seeing the world. Sometimes it would be so bad that my older brother Terry and I would cry for her. I can remember going to her as she was crying, trying to comfort her. So you see, I knew the pain that she was experiencing, even as a child. I understood enough to know that her leaving was necessary for her life, even though it hurt. And I didn't want her to go. Or I wanted her to take us with her, but she didn't. The funny thing is that I didn't blame her. I blamed Daddy. It was his fault. And in that moment on the side of the road, I knew that I had to step up and protect my siblings. I was now responsible for them. I would make sure that they saw mama. I would make sure that they were good. I would make sure that their needs were met. And I was serious about that role. I used to take them to see mama by crawling under houses so we didn't get caught by daddy. Mama couldn't come to see us because daddy had a restraining order against her. But we made our way to see her. I made sure of it. The twins, Paul and Pauline, were babies, and so they couldn't go. Plus, daddy gave them to his sister to take care of and made sure that he gave her money regularly to meet their needs. Not surprisingly, daddy's sister blamed mama for their being with her, but that was not the case. What I know is that as a big brother, I took my role seriously. I worked from a young age and would buy my siblings things and give them money to go to the movies. I wanted them to be good, so I told mama not to give to me, just to take care of them. I told her that I was good. I've got it. The problem with all of that is that I really needed my mama, not for things, but for love. I knew she loved me, but me being me and trying to make things right for everyone else did not allow me to admit that I needed and desired to be taken care of too. In fact, it created a cycle in my life where I was always trying to take care of others, even to my own downfall. I think I did it to get love and acceptance. The problem with that logic is that when the money and things are gone, so are the people. All of these dynamics are clearer to me now. But then I just knew that I wanted love, and I felt like the way to get it was to look and dress a certain way and to buy people things. What I learned is that money can't buy you love, but it can buy you some time with people. I didn't realize until recently how deep that void was from my mama's leaving. Now that I do, I also realize that it affected every relationship I had with a woman. There was always the thought that they would leave, so I had to have options. I'm grateful that today my love doesn't require me to have options on the side. If I've learned anything, I've learned that I really do have it, not because of me, but because of God. Now I know that I'm never alone, even if I am alone. But I'm grateful that God gave me a wife who has been there for me through the thick and the thin. I'm not saying that our relationship is perfect. It's not. But it is worth fighting for, which means that I have to face me and all of the things that I didn't face in the past. My daughter V asked me if I could say anything to my mama, sweetie, what would I say? Well, I would say I needed you more than I realized. But I'm so grateful that I had you for the time that I did and the way I did. So, sweetie, mama, thank you for loving me no matter what I went through. I know you had to leave both times, but this time I've got it for real. Chapter 1. Charlotte talking about I'm not crying. Stacey said that is so beautiful. Listen, in doing our genealogy and hearing my daddy's story, it made me and my siblings make sense. When you know where you come from and you know the things that are passed through the lineage, then you can know how to face them and deal with them. The problem is we often don't know. When Daddy would tell me the stories about the family, about granddaddy, about grandmama, I saw why I am the way I am. I saw all of me in them, in him. And it made me understand that this didn't start with me. This was something that's been going on in the family lineage, but it can stop with me. I can be the one that chooses to make a different decision for the rest of my life. But of course, it's taking me 55 years of living, 56, to really understand why I was the way I was, why I responded to things the way I responded, all of that. And it makes me make sense. If you don't know the past, you're destined to repeat it. Knowing the past gives you the knowledge required to deal with the past and cancel some of those generational things that have been passed down through the bloodline. Not because you were around them, because remember, I was never around this side of my family, but my life mirrors this side of the family. It mirrors it. It was as though I took a page out of my grandmother's book, minus the beating. Like I just took a page, I pray that if Daddy's book doesn't sell millions of copies, that the copies that it sells impacts the lives of the people that read it. That's my prayer. So make sure you go pre-order your copy. What do y'all think? What do y'all think about chapter 1? What y'all think about that? Stacey said, that is so deep. 2 years ago, the book would have probably been very different. When he says that, that's the truth. That's the truth. Watching his growth has been amazing. It's been amazing. And my daddy's 76. So, they say, that people can't change, but that's not true. We always can grow. As long as we still got breath in our bodies, we can grow. So I pray that prelude, that precursor blessed you, that it inspired you, that it gave you some insight. So when you look at my daddy now, he went through some stuff. He didn't just wake up like that. Life brought him to that place. Anyway, with that said, y'all, I'm going to get off here. Know this, you guys. Go pre-order your copy of the book, bit.ly/Silent Cry pre-order. Order multiple copies, okay? Right now, there's no shipping fee. The book is $20 without shipping. You'll get an autographed copy of the book when they come out. So go ahead, get your pre-order. But know this, know that God has a plan for you in your life. He has a plan for you in your life. I pray that today blessed you. And if today blessed you and you want to sow a seed, you can sow a seed at Cash App $DRV Johnson 777. Cash App $DRV Johnson 777. Listen, I absolutely love you guys. Stacy said it was really good, and he was very detailed about Mama and his childhood. Yeah, so y'all know it's only going to get gooder and gooder and gooder. But he does a really good job of, I think he does a really good job of not making it about berating or belittling the people in his life. So he tells his story, but he tells it in a way that is not attacking. That's what I'll say. Yeah. All right, y'all. Listen, I love y'all to life and life more abundant. Have an amazing, incredible, and epic day. Be blessed. Mwah! And make sure, listen, make sure you guys tune in. Tune in. Hold on. Let me get to it. Oh, shoot. It's not. It's too far back. At Living with the Wiggins. At Living with the Wiggins on Instagram. Go follow. I'm going to post the information and probably share it so that you guys can tune in, join in on the conversation. Look, love you guys. Have an amazing day. Mwah.